You ready?
Absolutely.
Oh wait, I said I was going to do it in a nice manner this week, didn't I? It's not going to be the same.
You don't have to.
No, I'm gonna, and then I'm going to blame it on you.
You don't have to.
Hi, kids.
That's
No,
nice.
that sounded so lonely.
Wow.
Where's the energy?
We're off to a great start.
No, we're doing that again. I'm not having it. I'm actually not having it. I reject my promise from last week. I'm going to start this episode right. Okay, kids? Don't care if I burn your eardrums. It has to be what it has to be, alright? I'm going to give you a countdown. There's reverb coming out of those headphones. 3,
Do you like how you sound?
2, 1. Hi, kids! That's better, isn't it? So
That was grand. That was grand. You have to start with the lots of energy. Have to start with the lots of energy.
lots of energy. Wow.
Do you know what? This is me done, and this is your podcast. I'm just gonna sit and watch this week because I can't say words. It seems.
I feel like we always have at least one point in the episode where one of us can't talk and we flop and flip over words, and it's just great.
But it's never normally the first line you say. You never join a podcast and go,
Well, you do when you're just put into lockdown, don't you?
Yeah, national lockdown. It's just how you have to react.
So that's where we are at in the UK. Well, England and Scotland and... Is it anywhere else in the UK?
And Great Britain.
Ireland, Wales? Lockdown?
Wales have been in national lockdown for a while.
Yeah, I can't keep up. It's just too many different people. Too many chefs. Too many chefs.
But England have just gone into a national lockdown as of today.
Yes, and...
Scotland did it yesterday, I believe.
Yeah, and that's just great fun. So we're here to cheer you guys up if you're from England or if you're from anywhere else in the world in a lockdown. We're going to be your buddies.
Even if you're not in a lockdown, we can be your buddies.
Yeah, we can be your buddies. But especially if you're in a lockdown, we're here with you. We're riding with you.
We're here with you.
Strong.
You're so cool.
I know.
But how are you this week, Anya? First week of January. First week of 2021.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm just going to move my mic closer because this was very far away. I am good, yes. I'm actually feeling motivated because it's a new year, which I'm not usually motivated because it's a new year, but I think this year it's more paramount than ever.
It's more paramount.
Because of the atrocity of 2020. I'm just so ready to step away from that.
To boss this.
Get fit, get healthy. No, I'm joking. Not that.
Take over the game. Take over the world.
Exactly. Take over
Do whatever
the
you need.
universe. Move to
Do all
Mars.
Well, let's
I
not
do
push
whatever
it.
I want.
Let's not push it. You can write a book, maybe. You ride a bike, maybe.
Do you know what? When I was younger at school, a girl told me that I said that I wanted to write a book, and she said that I probably wouldn't, and I wouldn't be able to. How rude. So yeah, do you know what? If you're listening, I'm gonna write a book. Maybe.
However, was she wrong?
I have not yet written a book or thought about writing a book since
I
that
think she's
time.
right. Do you think you didn't write a book because she said you won't write a book?
No, when people tell me that I'm not good enough to do something, it actually spurs me on to change their mind. But it doesn't always work. I think people have figured that out because my mum's like, I don't think you're going to eat broccoli tonight. You don't like it, do you? And I'm like, bring it on, mum. Give me the broccoli. And then I sit there in anger because she's figured out that I take up these challenges to prove people wrong, and it's a bad trait of mine.
Not a big broccoli eater?
I hate broccoli. Ugh,
What's wrong with broccoli? That's like the best vegetable.
It's green, isn't it? No, I'm over that. I eat peas. I eat beans. Sprouts sometimes. Just on Christmas because you have to.
Just on Christmas.
But
Just not
broccoli.
broccoli.
Ever since I've been
Wild.
little, I think it's just a psychological thing because it was the only green vegetable my mum used to give me, and now.
See, for me, it was the opposite.
Just bleh. What?
Loved broccoli.
What? Not carrots.
Still do love broccoli. Carrots I liked less.
Carrots make you see in the dark, Tom.
I liked raw carrots, not cooked carrots.
Oh, you're a wrongin', aren't you?
I liked the crunch. I didn't like soft carrots. It made me feel weird.
See, I'm the opposite.
Now
like
I'm an adult
soft
and I can eat
carrots.
everything.
Well, really? So not one food that you don't like?
Not a big mushroom fan.
Oh, yeah, I don't like mushrooms. No.
That's about. I don't really like tomatoes in a sandwich or a burger because it makes all the bread wet.
You don't like ice cream either, if I remember correctly.
I don't like ice cream or ketchup. There's lots of things that are wrong.
You don't
with
like
me.
ketchup?
We've been through this every time.
I'm just still shocked. Anyway, Tom, how are you?
I don't like ketchup. I'm fine. I'm really good, to be fair.
That's
I'm
nice.
living the dream. Work has reduced my hours, so I've got shorter days, which is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And they're paying for a cabin. A cabin.
A cup.
They send me a cabin, though. I get sent a car to pick me up and take me to work.
That's nice. They're looking after you,
It's
making sure you're
very
staying
cool.
away
It makes
from
you look very
transport.
bougie, but I'm getting a lot better at small talk with cab drivers.
Oh, I hate that, especially when you have to wear a mask and it's just like your face gets all condensation-y.
And neither of you can understand what you're really saying to each other. Christ.
Living the dream.
Christ. But I'm getting better at it.
That's good. What's your go-to opening small talk
No, you always
question?
have to say, has it been busy today?
Yeah, it's true.
That's what you have to say when you get in the
When
cab.
did you start? When do you end? Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
Just before rush hour or over rush hour. Well, it's
Oh,
not really a
nice.
rush hour.
Were you
anymore,
working
is
over
it?
Christmas? Were you working over New Year's? Was it busy?
Yeah. Oh, COVID. The weather.
I also like to ask, have you picked anyone famous up? That's always a fun one.
But what if they say no and you just sit there like, oh, boring. And then they're
Mm.
like, oh, now I feel really boring.
Well, today, my cab driver, we were talking. He's like, he was a really nice guy. Let me just preface that. He was a lovely guy. I really liked him. And he
All right,
did a
suck
lot
up.
for charity and a lot for community. And I was really impressed. And his wife's a maths teacher. And I was like, oh, all the issues going on with teachers at the moment. We got really well introduced with each other. And he was like, yeah, my daughter's just in her A-levels. She's doing this, that, and the other. She's not really happy that she won't be able to do her A-levels to get into university. It's going to be the teacher's decision what her levels will be.
Mm.
And then we move on and talk about something different. And then I was like, oh, the conversation died. Let me say, what's your daughter going to do at university? He went, what? Oh, the mood changed. Oh no, the mood changed. I shouldn't have asked about his daughter, it seems. This is a really weird, and it just kind of went quiet. And he went,
Oh.
accounting. I went, okay, that's cool. I didn't think that was such a weird question.
What, and he got weirded out by it?
Yeah, he went quite quiet, and I went, oh gosh.
Maybe he made it up. Maybe she's not going to university. And
Maybe he
was
doesn't have a
embarrassed.
daughter.
Oh, weird. Don't get in a cab with him again, Tom. Don't do it.
I don't pick my cab
Yeah,
drivers.
true. They come to you.
I had a cab driver yesterday that halfway through asked me where I was going. I was like,
What?
is this not my cab?
What?
And I was like, oh, here. And he goes, okay, yeah. I was like,
That's concerning. Halfway through, he asks where
I
you're
might just be in
going.
someone's car. I've just got in someone's car. And he's like, we going here? I was like, yeah, we're going here. That weirded me out. The fact
Stay
that he
safe, Tom. Stay
halfway
safe.
through. Why would you not ask that when you first? Why did I not ask that when I first got in? We're going here, yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I guess you just assume if your
I might have
company
been a
sends you
random
car.
person getting into his cab,
Yeah.
and vice versa. I could have been a random person getting in a random person's car.
I mean, as a woman, and this is bad. This is why society needs to change. So I shouldn't have been trained this when I was younger, but I have been trained because I am a girl. You should always go up to a cab driver and ask them who their car is for. And if they say your name, then you get in. And you should always take a picture, a screenshot on your phone of their license and name and whatnot and send it to a friend. Top
I do that
tips.
with Ubers.
Yeah.
Always do it with Ubers. Just send like a receipt of where you're going.
Yeah.
So on.
Stay safe.
But anyway, Anya,
Anyway, Tom.
what is the first thing we always do in our episodes of What Adults to Tell You Before You're Adult?
So to start off every episode, we play a little game called I'm an Adult But, which is where we tell you guys one thing we did this week, which was so far from being an adult, it hurts. But it's fine because, we're just reminding you that you can
It's
be
fine,
an
you
adult
don't have to be an adult.
and still be a child at heart. It's absolutely fine. Happens to the best of us.
We'll get that way.
What's yours,
Do you want me
Tom?
to start this week?
Yeah.
So, I was going to get a haircut about a month ago, And then I got pinged by the app saying, you're not allowed to get a haircut.
Sad.
And then the week after, we went into tier 4. That meant hairdressers had to shut.
Sad,
And now we're
sad.
going into a national lockdown.
Mm.
So hairdressers are going to be shut for another month.
So, what are you going to do?
I took it upon myself to cut my hair. And I have something called the Humphrey shakes, which means that your hands aren't quite as steady as you need them to be.
It's true, guys. Ever since I've known Tom, his hands are wobbly. They're like this.
I
all
have
the
shaky
time.
hands, just
Like
24/7.
Little old man hands.
I've got
when
little
they
old man
shake.
hands, essentially. And what you don't want to do is have a razor near anywhere on your face with shaky hands. And you'll be able to see this in the video. But I was going around my ears ever so carefully, and then I slipped, right? And I hacked off a huge piece of my hair. And I am now bald around my ears.
Wait, show us again without your fingers in the way. Oh my god, that is too good.
And I slipped, and I went, oh no, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. And I look, I go, it's bad. It's really bad.
It's quite funny.
And at that point, I was just like, do you know what? Not doing it anymore.
So
We're not doing it anymore. So
you
I
just
did one
stopped?
side. I did one side.
Oh, you should have evened it out. You should have done
And
a funny one on
it's-
that side too.
It's better on this side. And I do the other side, and I slip, and I go, oh god.
Was it just to do your sideburns, or were you going
Yeah,
to
so
go for
it
the
was-
full
it was-
head?
It was to do the sideburns and around the ears, so I've got no hair growing over the ear.
Mm-hmm.
And now I don't have any hair growing over the ear because I have no hair there.
Because you're bald.
Essentially. And I thought, I understand why people just shave all their hair off when they go into a lockdown. I was very close to going, so now it's going to grow in weird. Should I?
Yes.
Should I just shave it all off?
You should have.
Or should I just leave that one patch and let that grow in a bit weird and then go to a hairdresser and go, I made myself munted. Please fix me.
I think you should shave it all off.
I'm not shaving it all off. I can't bring myself to it. It's
Doesn't-
cold outside, Anya. It's cold.
This is true. I've always had a full head of hair, so I would not
So-
know.
I'm an adult, but I have shaky hands and I decided I'd cut my hair and it didn't play out for me.
That is so brilliant. I'm so happy that you did that.
I am livid.
Lighting up my life as always, Tom.
So 2021 is off to a great start.
Excellent.
My modelling career has been put on hold for a second, it seems.
For God's sake.
But we'll get back into the swing of things.
Oh,
So
dear.
what have you been up to this recent period of time?
Well, I haven't
That you-
done anything as drastic as you have.
No!
No. Funnily enough, I stay away from razors in my head. But one thing that happened to me during this week was obviously in between last week's episode and this week's episode, we had New Year's. So happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
New Year. Struggling in the transition into 2021 already.
It's a great start.
And on New Year's Eve, I spent the evening with my boyfriend Alex, and we went to a hill where you can see the skyline of London, and we counted down into the new year there and watched the fireworks go off around London. It was incredible. It was amazing, and that was really sad because phone cameras still aren't good enough to pick up something that looks like that in real life.
Yeah.
Anyway, whilst we were there, it's kind of like an open field on a hill, and people brought their own fireworks with them, and I've never been so scared on a New Year's Eve before. Like, beforehand, we obviously would have events where it's like the fireworks are done properly, like you just go and watch and be a spectator. This year, because none of these events were happening, people just took it upon themselves to bring their own fireworks, put them into the ground, light them up, and let them go. And you can imagine this hill's like completely pitch black, apart from people's sparklers, and then you've just got these idiots with fireworks blowing them off, and I was absolutely terrified. It was
Blowing them off.
blowing them off, lighting them up, and then blowing them off.
Then blowing them off.
Anyway, it was terrifying. But the worst part about it is that there was a couple there, and they brought their dogs with them.
Oh, gosh.
Who brings their dogs out on New Year's Eve? Let's just start with that. And the dogs were off their leashes.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it wasn't very pleasant at all. It was quite scary, actually.
Were they cute dogs?
They were cute dogs, but it was just, I felt bad for them, and they didn't have those light up collars on either, so you couldn't see where they were. Anyway, so this one person lights off a firework, and
Did you punt a pooch?
I didn't.
That was hard for me to say.
The dog freaked out because it was quite near the dog and quite near where we were standing as well. And the dog runs into me and knocks me over.
Oh, you got floored by a dog.
I got floored by a dog on New Year's Eve.
Did it ruin what you were wearing?
I did have my new Christmas trainers on.
Christmas trainers?
Well, trainers that I got for Christmas as a present.
Oh, I thought they were special shoes for Christmas.
No. My little elf shoes with
My
those
Santa
on.
slippers got absolutely wrecked.
Tragic. No, I just have my new trainers on, and they do have grass stains on it. But we'll get over it, okay?
Aw,
So
were
I'm
they
an adult,
expensive
but
new trainers?
yes, I'm an adult, but I got floored by a dog on New Year's Eve because hooligans were trying to put on a fireworks display. And they were not trained. Don't do that at home, kids. It's scary.
Be safe with animals.
And be safe with animals, exactly. Because really should have reported that, but I don't think anyone would have come out on New Year's Eve.
But, Anya,
Tom.
we are talking about pet peeves today.
Mm-hmm.
So, ironically, following on from your pet story, we're talking about pet peeves.
Yes.
Which are just things that annoy you and grate on you.
Yeah.
Things you dislike
Yeah.
with passion.
Yeah.
So one of mine, just to off the bat, is small talk with cab drivers.
Good.
I hate that.
Good.
But today,
yeah.
if you follow us on Twitter, we are Audiobox, you'll see a chain of tweets that I made of a really bad cab journey I had today.
Okay.
I got in a cab, and he goes, "Do you like music? Are you a musician?" Oh, weird question to start off with. Weird question. I was like, not really. Blah, 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 blah. He goes, "Okay, I'm a musician." And I went, "Oh, that's cool. What do you play?" And he went, "Oh, I play guitar." I went, "Okay, weirdly longing this out. Cool." Goes, "Yeah, I'm on Spotify." It's like, okay, he's gonna push on his music to me. That's cool. I said, "Oh, I don't really listen to music. I'm the only one person in the world who doesn't really listen to music." And he goes, "Oh, I do. I can't remember what the phrase was. Experimental guitar songs."
Weird. Okay.
Didn't know what that meant. Didn't know what that meant.
Mm.
And I went, "Oh, okay, that's nice." Sit in silence, just trying not to make eye contact and listen to him. Then Lady Gaga comes on the radio, and I'm like, okay, I can listen to Lady Gaga. Then Lady Gaga gets taken off. I go, strange. Then we hear an acoustic guitar playing, and I go, I bet this is his music.
No.
This is his music.
No.
I'm just looking out the window. And then from the corner of my eye, I see him just staring at me. And I kind of like turn and look at him. He goes, "This is my song. This is my song." I go,
Oh God, no.
"Oh, it's really good. It's really good." During the middle of my fucking story.
Oh, it's my mum's work phone again. I don't ever see it.
My fucking story. And he turns to me and he goes, this is my band. This is my song." And I go, "Oh, it's really good." He goes, "You'll like this next bit." And we listen to this next bit together. I go, "Oh, I did."
And that was
And he then said, "Do you want to listen to another one?" I went, "Maybe not right now. Just give me your band's name or your your
Okay,
name, and
you
I'll
slightly saved it there.
I'll look it up later. I was like, God, I don't want to listen to music.
So you said no. You had the Tom Humphrey. You've gotten balls recently.
I just didn't want to listen to a song, so I was like, oh, not right now. I didn't want to listen to another acoustic guitar song.
I mean, that's fair enough, but I think a
With
lot
no
of people...
vocal. I was just like, come on, don't force this upon the people. I'm paying a lot of money for this cab.
A lot of people will agree that saying that to somebody takes balls, takes courage to say no, you don't want to listen to someone's music.
Well, I was lucky. I said no. I'll look it up in the.
Yeah,
on
you
Spotify.
came back. You were like, no,
So I
thank
saved
you,
it.
but I will do this.
And then I said,
for
can we
you."
listen to the presser?
The
So we
presser.
listened to. So I listened to the briefing. Sorry, the Downing Street briefing
Right, yeah.
with Boris Johnson, Chris Whitty, and the other one.
I think
And
I'd rather listen to his guitar music.
oh God, that's got some. Well, I didn't know what else to say. I just didn't want to listen to more of his music, and this fortunately came on at 5, and I was like, oh, we should probably see where the United Kingdom's heading. I hated it. I hate when people say, listen to my friend's band or listen to my band, and I hate it.
Do you not think it's the same with us though? And we're like,
100% it's the same with us.
Listen to our podcast.
It's 100% the same with us, but I don't then sit in a car with them
And play out your podcast, yeah.
and watch their reaction.
Yeah,
I go,
yeah.
oh, you like this thing that I say here? No? Oh. You know,
Yeah, it's
I would
cringe,
never,
it's
I wouldn't be able to sit with someone. I often don't bring up that I have a podcast on the side
Yeah.
because I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
But this guy, I get it that you have to push your own music, you have to push your own stuff. Come on.
Do you think maybe it's because he knew where you were going?
He probably knew where I was just coming from, yeah.
Yeah, so he was
He
probably
knew that I was coming
"Oh,
from a radio station. He was
exactly.
like, maybe.
That's probably why.
But I was still like, come on, pal.
I know.
Come on.
You should have just said, I don't work for Capital FM.
I did. I did say I don't work for Capital.
You
Like he said, are you a musician? I said, no, I'm a producer at this other radio station that doesn't play music.
Yeah.
And he just didn't accept it. Didn't accept it.
Strange cab driver. Yeah.
So small talk is already one of my biggest pet peeves because I don't think you really gain anything from small talk.
Mm.
And another one is listening to people's music in front of them.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not good. But we all have our little pet peeves. Like, I think you've got like the obvious pet peeves. Like the top 3 pet peeves are foot tappers. You find a foot tapper annoying?
What's a foot tapper? Is a foot tapper the same people that bounce their knees when they're nervous?
Yeah, like that, and or like just wiggles. That's when you wiggle your legs. You
Oh,
liggle.
of course, a liggle. I haven't got any issue. I'm sometimes one of those people that bounce their knee when they're like, oh,
I'm the same.
got to do something.
I'm the same. I'm sorry.
I'm one of those people that bounce their knees. Only on certain occasions. I won't do it every time.
Mm-hmm.
But every now and then I'll be like, oh god, I've got to do something well here. Knee bounces.
Yeah, some people find that really annoying. I think you're more accepting of it if you do it yourself. You kind of just look over it because you're like, I do that. It's like when people say, oh, it's so annoying, you always snore. It's like you sit there and you're like, I'm not going to pass comment because I snore as well. So,
do you snore? Do you snore?
apparently I snore on occasion.
See, that's the thing is,
But
I would never be able to say if I snore or not. I've been told I snore, so I fully accept it.
Just is what it. I think everyone snores.
I don't distract myself with my snoring.
No, but it's when other people sleep in the same bed with you. It's annoying, isn't it? Anyway, the next one is
Not for me.
obnoxious, obnoxious laughers. Like a really annoying laugh.
I've probably got an annoying laugh. So
I'm
I don't
thinking
mind
like on Friends with Janice. I know you don't
Yeah.
like Friends, but you must.
But I know the
who that
reference.
is, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. Everyone laughs differently, so I won't let them have that.
I think it depends if you have a friend. Like if you're constantly around somebody with an annoying laugh, I can imagine it's probably really annoying after a while.
Well, I think people who I dislike, I always say have an annoying laugh. But that's just because I dislike them. It's like, why are you laughing all the time? Shut up.
Is that me? Do I have an
No.
annoying laugh? Sorry, guys.
No, you got a great laugh. It's great. Everyone loves your
Aw,
laugh.
Thank you. I laugh a lot in this podcast, so I
So
hope
do
you
I.
don't-
It's called having fun. It's called
I hope
having
you don't
fun.
find it annoying.
I hope you laugh along too, you Toon Squatters.
Kids. That's my pet peeve. No, I'm joking.
Best not be. That's what they're called.
The third one is, and this is something that really annoys me, is people using your belongings without your permission.
Well, that's just rude.
Very annoying. Just very annoying.
That's rude, though.
It's okay if I don't need to use it at that time. But if I'm
No,
looking
even
for
if I don't.
something...
No.
But if... Okay, so for example, if my mum borrows a pair of earrings, fine. But it's annoying when you want to wear that pair of earrings, they haven't told you that they've taken the pair of earrings because they haven't asked, and then you're just sat there looking for these goddamn earrings. Can't find them anywhere.
I think always ask. If you're going to use someone else's stuff, you always ask, just out of politeness.
I've actually got a story about this.
Go
I don't
for
know
it.
whether to tell it because it's like a friend of a friend / friend now that did it to me a few years ago. But I think I'm going to tell it anyway because I don't think she'll
Good.
listen. So sorry,
Good.
I do forgive you, but at the time, fuming. So I went and visited.
Before you start, how
Yeah.
petty is this?
I don't think it's that petty. I think people
I reckon it
will
is.
agree and find it annoying. So I went down to visit my friend in uni, at her uni, whilst we were at uni. Great story, Anya. And her housemate, oh no, it was her course mate. Yin yang, same thing.
That
really.
girl who told you when you were little that you shouldn't write a story is right.
Really
She's
bad at
completely
telling
right.
stories. Okay, let's start again. So, went down to see my friend at her uni accommodation. Her course mate was round and we were sat in her room. And we had just been to Sainsbury's and we had bought some snacks, and I think I got cookies, crisps, and I specifically remember I got, you know, the apple juice. What's it called? The really nice one. Begins with a C.
Capella.
Capella. Got a litre of that, didn't I? Because it's banging. And I was like, I'm
Good.
going to treat myself.
That's
It's
someone
all-
else's house. It's fine. Money doesn't matter.
Well, no, because I was buying food. I was buying snacks for us because she had me over. So yeah, I bought the apple juice for me, put it on her desk. Her course mate comes round, sits at her desks without asking me or my friend, her friend, if she could have any. She opens the new fresh carton of Capella apple juice and downs half of it. She went, "Oh, I'm so thirsty." Opens it, downs half it, and I'm sat there like, you have no idea if that's your friends or mine. You've just met me. You haven't even asked either of us. Like, even if you are great friends with my friend, you should still ask her. You don't know if that's not her carton of apple juice. She downs it in front of us, doesn't even blink an eyelid, continues the conversation as though nothing has happened. And I'm sat there looking at her like, I don't like you. I've known you for 30 seconds. I don't like you.
It's all about first impressions, which we spoke about a couple of weeks back.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? Do you think that's petty? Or do
I
you
think that's
do you
incredibly rude and disrespectful.
Thank you. And I can
Yeah.
say now that I know her a little bit better,
She'd do it again. She hasn't learned.
I actually think she knows now because I think my friend has told her since.
I would be horrified because it's also not cheap apple juice. If it was cheap apple juice, I'd be like, oh, it's inconvenient. But
It was nice apple juice.
the fact that you spent nearly £2 on this apple juice, it's like,
Rude.
okay.
Actually, just rude. Yeah. So don't
Also,
like
the fact she
that.
drank it out of the bottle.
Yeah.
You don't know if she's clean.
We've never met before.
Exactly, she might have been riddled with diseases.
I have a lot of pet peeves with food. I'd say.
I have a lot of friends who are riddled with diseases. It's fine. It's fine, guys.
Okay, do you want to know one of my biggest pet peeves ever in the whole entire world?
Let me guess what it is.
It's about food. In fact, I've got two. My top two pet peeves are about food.
Is it? Is it? So it's something like people who don't ask to borrow some food. Like, let's say you live in a house and you buy eggs and someone takes one of your eggs and you go,
Yeah, but
where is that egg?
that's a pet peeve that we've just gone over.
Okay, so another one is people leaving food out.
It's annoying, but it's not my top one.
Leaving food in the fridge and it goes mouldy.
Annoying, but it's not the one.
Okay, what is it?
So, My top pet peeve is when you go to a restaurant and you get a dessert and the people that you are with don't get a dessert because they don't want dessert. That's fine. Everyone has their...
I thought it was going to be, you get a dessert and everyone goes, oh, can I get a spoon?
No, I'm getting there.
Dessert.
I'm getting there. We're in the punchline. Yeah, it's literally that. It's
cut my bit out. Cut my bit out. Go again.
When you go to a restaurant, you get a dessert. The person that you're with does not want a dessert because they don't want a dessert. That's fine. Everyone's got their choices. It's a free world we live in. Sorry, there was a car. Oh, I can't cut that out. Your dessert comes, theirs doesn't, because they don't get a dessert. Because remember, they don't want a dessert. They said that. They didn't.
You did say that.
They made a choice. They told the waiter, I don't want a dessert. Fine, everyone's all on board. You're not having one. I am. My dessert comes. They ask for a spoon. They reach over. They say, can I have a bite of your dessert? No! You cannot.
And they drink half your apple juice.
They cannot have a bite of my dessert. You made a decision. You said you didn't want one.
Listen how high-pitched your voice is.
So annoying.
Unreal. My mum does that
God.
exclusively.
So does mine. And then she's like...
Exclusively.
I'm actually crying. And then she's like, if she's taking the family out for a meal, she's more often than not, because I've been a child up until 6 years
You're not
ago.
offering to pay.
I'm not offering to pay. She's taking the family out. That's fine. One day I'll be able to afford to do the same. She was like, I'm paying for this, so I get to have a bite. And I'm
That's
like,
not how it works.
oh, okay. It's like blackmail. It's she's blackmailing me over dessert.
What's she going to do? Not pay for the dessert? You say, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for this £5 dessert. Fight me.
And then you had a really nice meal and it's ruined because dessert politics.
So my mum does exactly that. But let's say you've baked a tin of brownies, and each brownie is about yay big, let's say. It's a regular sized brownie. My mum will go, I just want half of one. And I go, sure, you can cut one in half. But then I know I'm going to have that half and go, that wasn't enough brownie for me. And I know the issue now is that I'm going to have a brownie and a half, which isn't really an issue. But the point is, I'm now having to eat twice as much because my mum only wants half a brownie. Who only eats half a brownie? Figure it out, Mama Humphrey.
Do you know what you should do next time?
What?
You should
Say no, stab her in the hand.
Yeah, exactly that.
Are you going to cut it now?
No, I think it's a psychological thing. I think what you should do is make your brownie piece double the size that they would be until your mum has one. And then once she's had her half, she's actually had a whole and just cut the first one in half.
My mum's not
Smarts.
not like that. My mum's, she'll just have as much as she needs. She'll go, I'll just have a little bit.
Oh, that's
She's the type
annoying.
of person that'll buy a Mars bar and only eat half because she only wants half. And then she put the other half in the fridge and I go, It's good because it's like self-restraint that she knows she cannot have a whole Mars bar. But don't buy a Mars bar.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's the same when people are like, oh, just have a bite, and then they have half of your food. And you're like, that was not a bite. That was all of it. God, it's annoying.
Well, one of my biggest pet peeves, I once again tweeted about out there. It didn't get any better from the beginning. It didn't get any better. So one of my biggest pet peeves, I tweeted about this the other day. Our Twitter's popping, go follow We Are Audio Blocks on Twitter. Nice. I found out it's a really big trend on YouTube, my biggest pet peeve. It's called mukbangs. Or mukbangs.
It's mukbang.
MUKBANGS. No, do you want to know why I've never watched it, Anya? Because I don't like people eating, and I don't like people talking whilst they're eating.
Yeah.
Why is this such a popular trend? Is it do you watch it because of the conversation? Like do you go, I really want to know what Anya Pierce is thinking right now? Or do you watch it because you go, oh, Anya Pierce is eating something really nice looking?
It's a bit of both. It's to kind of find out, like, if you like the YouTuber, it's to find out what their order from, like, a specific restaurant is, like, what their go-to is. And then it feels like you're having a little meal with them.
But you're not.
But you're not. You're not. I know you're not.
Instead, you're just watching them going, yeah, no, I might go do this in a bit. This
It's like-
cheesecake's really great. It's really nice. I can't watch 30 minutes of someone eating a whole Domino's and just go, this is value.
Yeah. No, I actually do know where you're coming from.
It cringes me out so much.
But ASMR and people eating and there.
Do people like watching people eat? Is there a thing?
I think there is a fetish because, like I was trying to say, is ASMR has become quite a popular thing over the last few years, and people
But
like
ASMR's
the
not
sound
always
of-
sexual.
You don't. I know you don't.
ASMR's not
Toes
always
are
sexual. It's
curling.
relaxing a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if watching someone eat's relaxing or if it's only for social pleasure with ASMR.
Everyone's got their fetishes, don't they?
But the point
Spoken
is,
about
it's
this
gross.
before.
It's gross and it's so popular.
Yeah, it
I
is a
don't
weird
get it.
trend.
I
but
really
maybe
don't get it.
maybe that's why it trends. It's because it's weird, and some people love it, and some people love to hate it. But either way, it's still getting publicity because it's weird. You know what I mean? So why is it buzzing?
I do know what you mean.
Hmm.
I don't know. I do know what you mean, but at the same time, if you want to know what my order is, I'm more than happy to film me ordering my food. And then I'm more than happy to then pick up on the other side for the conversation bit once I've eaten my food.
Yeah, I also don't know why people enjoy eating in front of other people. Like when I'm
No.
around new people, I get so self-conscious about eating in front of them, especially when it's like a big burger or something, or like something that's
Sloppy.
awkward to eat and sloppy, and it's just
Hmm.
I don't want to look like an ogre in front of you.
Quick
You know?
question. When you eat spaghetti,
Mm,
are you a twirler
yeah.
or do you shove it in your mouth and go...
Again, depends who I'm with. If I'm on my own, probably the second one. If I'm in front of people,
When you're on your own, you just use your
I'll
hands.
twirl. Hands, meatballs, spaghetti.
Screw it, I just put it all in and just shovel it in with a funnel.
Ugh.
But I'm one of those people that if dessert comes up in conversation and I'm with 5 people and all 5 go, I'm not going to have a dessert. Well, it looks like Tom's not having a dessert today because I don't want to eat on my own
No.
and make people listen to me eat on my own.
Oh, is that the reason? I thought you were
Well,
just
I
going to say
don't-
because I feel embarrassed for getting a dessert because you know.
Oh, I don't
everyone's
care.
Being healthy.
I don't get. Look at me, I don't care. But the issue is I don't want people hearing me eat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what I'd prefer to do is go, can I have the dessert to take away? I don't do this, but that is what I would do. Because I'm smart, I choose my friends wisely, and I'll only go out for dessert with people who I know are going to get dessert. I can figure it out. But if the whole table's not getting dessert, I'm not going to be the only one getting dessert because I don't want people to watch me eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
no,
because I
get you.
eat obscurely like you and your spaghetti, but I just
Wait.
don't like the idea of people watching and waiting for me to finish.
Maybe this is the final step of you growing into your real adult balls. You know, you've done the confronting on the train.
Weird thing to say.
You've told the cab driver to stop playing his music. And
I didn't
now,
say stop. I
you
just
need
said let's listen to something else.
now you need to eat dessert in front of your mates when they don't.
It's just I don't want people here going. Yeah, so maybe we should split a cab.
Stop
Got, like,
it.
chocolate clamming my mouth shut. I can't do it. It's
Yeah.
something that makes me feel really, really uncomfortable.
Yeah. No, I get it. Pet peeves and food, man. I'm telling you.
Tell
I've
me
got
about it,
so
man.
many. So many, man. Do you want to know? Do you want to know my other second one with food?
Food fights. Not enough food fights, and it really annoys you.
I've
It's a
never
real
had a
bugbear.
food fight before. I think I'd find it really irritating, actually.
I
Then
once
you've
brought
just
my
got to clean up after yourself.
So I brought my best friend out to university. So he took another year of college whilst I went to my first year of university.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh, you should come down. It's great. Come to university. My flat's great. I love the people I'm with. We can have a night out, get absolutely messy, then come back. And he comes down and we go out. We come back and 2 of my housemates also have been out, but they got back first. And he ordered chips or something. And I go, oh, so this is one of my housemates, this is the other. And they're just throwing chips at each other. And I have to say, this is not a normal situation. They're just throwing chips. And to this day, he brings it up and he goes, those goals are weird, weren't they? I was like, yeah, they were weird.
That wasn't me.
No, it wasn't.
Disclaimer.
Oh, you'd rember.
Yeah.
Oh, you were telling the tune squad, is it? Wasn't you?
The kids, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I thought it wasn't me, wasn't it? Did I throw chips? No, there's 2 guys in my first year who threw chips at each other. And he goes, that was weird, wasn't it? I was like, it was very weird.
University
Anyway.
is a weird place.
So your second thing is
You won't
food-wise.
get it. It's really niche.
It's chocolates that aren't in the shapes of chocolates, and you don't want to eat them
No,
because
I'll
you
eat
think they're
any
too
chocolate.
pretty.
No, screw that. Chocolate is chocolate.
Because I get a bit like that. Listen to her, she's blood. You want to hear that? Plug. What's your other food pet peeve?
So my pet peeve is when you order a takeaway and the takeaway comes and you haven't set up your film yet.
Oh,
really
your food's going cold.
Annoys me. Like annoys the hell out of me. I don't like it when we're not prepared for the food eating. It annoys me, and it's kind of similar.
Prepare to fail.
It's kind of similar thing with when you go to the cinema and you get your popcorn.
And your takeaway won't be delivered to the cinema, and you're just like, oh, come on. I have to leave the film to get my food.
Could you imagine? That would be amazing. No.
You can go to special cinemas where they deliver food to you.
I know, but it's so expensive.
It's weird.
I need to do it one day when
I
Rona
went
is over.
I went to one of these fancy cinemas, so I'm just going to completely derail your story.
Yeah.
I went to one of these fancy cinemas, and we arrived late, and it was to see the silent movie, The Artist.
Oh.
And
not
it was
not a good place to eat your food.
It's not a great place to eat food, no. And it's a silent movie, and it's in a really bougie cinema. And between every seat, there's a table that lights up. It's like a lamp table, essentially. It's one of my dreams. It's a table that's a light as well. Mm-hmm. And we get in, and none of us have been to the cinema. My friend sits on the table and goes for like 2 minutes, and then goes, I don't think this is my chair. I go, no, you're on a table. He goes, I don't think it's my chair. And like everyone in the cinema, it's dead quiet. He goes, this isn't my chair. And we look down, and there's an empty chair on the far end, and it's because all the other chairs are in use, bar the one that we've booked.
Oh.
Because he's sat on the table. His chair's down the other end.
Silly.
And then I wanted to open wine gums during the silent movie, and I'm going.
That's annoying. That's a pet peeve when people do that at the cinema. Cinemas are just dangerous places for pet peeves. They're just all over the place, everywhere.
And then I shovel this food in my mouth and go, this film's great!
I hate it! But what's worse is people that do that, but also eat all their popcorn before the film starts. Why do people do that? No, don't tell me you're one of those people. You're looking at me funny.
No, I'm not one of those people. Do you want to know why I'm not one of those people?
Because you don't like eating when it's quiet.
I don't like popcorn.
You don't like popcorn. You don't like
like popcorn.
ketchup. You don't like ice cream. Tom, I think you were dropped as a baby.
I probably was, but that's not relevant to the food situation. The rest of my life decisions is why I think I was dropped as a baby. But no, I just don't think it tastes nice.
Ooh,
It's quite boring.
Oh, yeah, but it's just so easy to eat. I find it quite.
I don't want
boring,
easy things to eat.
But actually saying that, most people don't like popcorn because they don't like getting it in their teeth. Which I do get
that as well.
I understand that, but I do love popcorn.
I just don't think it tastes that nice.
Oh, well, that's sad. I like popcorn.
Is it?
If anyone wants to give me popcorn, I'd say yes.
If anyone wants to sponsor Anya, send us some popcorn.
I actually would
I
like
like
that.
Pick a Mix. All about it.
Yeah.
All about Pick a Mix. The
Yeah.
greatest thing about cinemas is choosing 19 different types of sweets and put them in one jar.
Mm.
It's class.
Mm.
Do you know what isn't class?
You.
Something.
You set yourself up. Sorry.
I was going to say puffed corn with salt on it. I don't care. That's stupid.
I like puffed corn with salt.
I hate
Sweet
this
and
podcast.
salty.
It sucks.
Sweet. What's the other one?
So you don't even go for the
Toffee.
toffee one.
Oh, I
Don't
love
go for the
toffee.
top. What's your go-to?
My go-to, if I'm in this, so it varies. If I'm in the cinema, it will be sweet. If I'm at home, just want a snack, toffee or.
Do you
crisp.
just snack on popcorn? Or
Yeah. Love it.
So it's not just a film thing.
It's dangerous. I prefer them to crisps. Unpopular opinion.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
I
You're
also
wrong.
I prefer prawn crackers to crisps. But I think I've said that before.
Yeah, but you love prawn crackers.
Love them.
You
Anyway.
love prawn crackers more than your mum.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, Tom.
Pierce loves prawn crackers more than her mum. Tagline for this show.
Whilst we've been
Sorry,
talking
Mama
about
Pierce.
pet
I'm a big
peeves, we have I guess you've kind of got the gist.
What
of
was
a
your
pet
second
peeve is.
one?
That was my second one.
Popcorn.
No, I don't like. I hate it when you get a takeaway but don't have the film set up. Really
I
annoys
do remember
me.
that. I do remember
Pisses
that.
me right off. Really annoying when the takeaway comes early and you're like, you said on the app you'd be another 15 minutes and now I'm unprepared. Anyway, moving on. We've been talking about pet peeves. I'm sure if you've never heard of a pet peeve before, you're weird. Where have you been? And if you also haven't, you've probably gathered that a pet peeve is something that you find very irritating. It's just a little niggle.
Bugbear.
A bugbear. Very, very annoying. But
Let's give more terms that people might not understand.
British terms. Although I think pet peeve I think it's quite a westernised saying all over the Western world. Anyway, you might be wondering, because I wasn't wondering this. I just fell upon it when I was looking about pet peeves.
Be safe when you fall upon things.
Exactly. Where the actual saying pet peeve comes from. And Tom, I think you're going to like this. It's actually quite good.
Has it got anything to do with pets?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Funny enough.
Is it peeves?
So peeve is like it means something to annoy you or to irritate you. But why
And
do
pets
we call
irritate
it
people?
pet peeves? Well,
Because it feels like it's something that's going to be on the top of my tongue. Tip of my
probably.
tongue.
Do you want to guess or do you want me to?
I'll guess.
Okay,
A
go on.
pet peeve is because it's not quite someone, but it's close enough to you that it will be seen daily.
No, not even close.
Well, the sentence itself didn't make much sense. If I was optimistic, it would. Do you ever say something and hope it's going to build into something more confident down the line?
Yes, all the time.
Start a sentence that you don't know how it's going to finish, and it finishes strong. And go, yeah,
Nailed it.
brought it back, brought it back.
All the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so pet peeve has been no pet. There we go. This is a sentence that I start and it tried to do it confidently and it just.
Well, I thought it was
doesn't
written
work
down
out.
here.
It is, I'm just reading it wrong. Okay, the word pet has been used as an adjective since the late 16th century. Initially in the sense of kept or taken as a pet. But this use of pet, as in pet a dog or pet lamb or pet dog, has remained the primary sense of this part of speech until the 19th century, when broadened into the meaning of something that is to be beloved or cherished. So that's what pet is. And essentially, by the middle of the 19th century, the word was being used in an ironic manner, coupled with nouns such as hate or dislike. So, for example, that's why we call them pet peeves. Do you understand that? Does it not make sense?
No, I couldn't make the connection.
Okay, so essentially, the question is...
A peeve's something you hate.
Peeves is something that you hate.
And a pet is like an animal.
Yes, so the word pet is an adjective, and the word pet has kind of evolved to mean something that you love and cherish because they're your pet, you know?
So it's something that you love to hate.
No, just think about the word pet.
I'm thinking of the word pet.
Okay, so just the word pet is evolved into something that you love or cherish, or like it's cute and it's like, oh, it's my pet. Like you can imagine an Irish old woman going, oh, look at that little pet, and talking
I'm
to
glad
like
you didn't do the Irish
a
accent.
child. I can't do an Irish accent, I wish. So that's the word pet. And in the late 19th century, when we started getting a little bit more sarcastic, we coupled the word pet and peeve together as an ironic thing to do because we think we're absolutely hilarious. So it is pet peeve. So it's something that you hate to love. You understand?
I kind of. Let's hope the tune's called us are smarter than I am.
It's okay. But that's where the word came from, and we are literally inundated with pet peeves. Like we find the world so annoying.
Of course we do. The world is so annoying.
And I've got here some of the most obscure pet peeves in the world, or just not obscure, but like really petty pet peeves.
Okay.
Not your like average ones, like fingers down a chalkboard or not clearing up after yourself. Like these are really obscure ones. And I think sometimes these are the funniest ones, but also the scariest, because it's the things that you haven't thought of before. And then you hear someone say it and go, actually, do you know what? You're right. And I'm never, ever going to not be able to see or hear that again. And it's going to
Don't know
annoy
one
me
of my
for the rest
petty
of my
pet
living
peeves
years.
is.
Go on then.
You know when the bin's full and you have to take the bin bag out and put it in the actual black bin outside?
Yes.
Well, when someone then doesn't put a new bin bag in the bin,
Yes.
frustrates me beyond
What?
belief.
Brings it back in and then, it doesn't.
So they've emptied the current bin indoors
Yeah.
to take
Yeah.
that outdoors.
Yeah.
And then I now go, well, I've now got some rubbish to throw away. There's no bin bag in the indoor bin because it's just been taken out and it hasn't been replaced. That's a petty pet peeve of mine.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's super simple to go into the cupboard and get a bag out.
Yeah, and it's
But
always...
the fact, I need it now.
I think it's annoying when you're that person that finds it, because you don't just think about it when you're just stumbling through the kitchen. It's usually when you're like in the middle of a kitchen cooking and you need to put something in the bin. It's all over your hands.
And you've got eggshell and the eggs now dripping on
eggshell.
your hand.
I was
You're like,
literally thinking of eggshell.
yeah.
Or when you make
And
a tea and then you have to put the tea bag in the sink.
Different tea bag.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
You
Just leave it in the cup.
I'm not going to put it in the cup after I've just taken it out of the tea, the mug.
Why not?
Okay, so I've just taken the tea bag out of the
You've
mug.
taken the tea bag out of the mug. You go to the
put
bin. There's no
in-
bin bag.
Yeah.
You put the tea bag back into that mug.
Oh no. No, no, no.
What's wrong with that?
What? No, you put it in the sink.
Why?
Just as like a holding place. I'm not putting it back in my tea. It's out now.
What? I don't understand. I don't drink tea as it is.
Oh, well, then you don't know.
But that's not the point. The point is,
I'm not going to put it back in my tea.
how's it going to ruin your tea?
It's just weird, isn't it? It's cooled off now. I don't want it back in there. I'm just going to put it in the sink. And then I'll put it in the bin once the bin bag's on.
Oh, I think you're right.
Oh, well, I think we need a poll for this.
Okay, we'll put it on the poll. What do you do with that tea bag? Do you put it in the tea, back in your cup of tea, or in the sink?
Interesting. I'm actually very interested to see what people say about that. This
Just
could be a
fling it
whole
at the
new...
wall.
No.
Expressionist art.
This could be a whole new pet peeve, that people hate it when people put tea bags in the sink. Interesting.
I think my pet peeve is just generally when people don't do things that I do.
Yeah. Well,
And
I think
it
that's what...
It annoys me that people aren't me and understand me and my mannerisms.
So, some of these petty pet peeves are ones that I'm going to apologise for telling you now, because once you've heard them, you won't be able to unhear them, and they will ruin your life and haunt you forever and ever.
Forever?
Because you'll realise how annoying they are. Well, some of them. Some of them you might think, what the heck? That doesn't
What
affect
the
me.
heck?
What the heck? So the first one is eating fuzzy fruits like peaches and kiwis, because the fuzzy skin bothers me to no end and makes my teeth clench.
I kind of
Pet
get that. I kind of get that.
Now that
It's
it's
not a
said,
pet peeve.
I do kind of get it. Like, have you ever looked at a raspberry, like held it up close and you can see its little hairs on it?
Kind of grosses you out.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
weird. Hairy fruit.
I get that.
Yeah, it's a bit
It's
strange.
the pit in the middle of a mango that's a bit hairy. It's kind of gross. to me.
Yeah, what's that
Kinda
about?
gross.
Hairy
I don't know.
fruit.
Figure out fruit.
Figure out. Okay, next
Go on.
one. People who wear slippers that are either too big or too small for their feet. I have to say, when people walk around in flip-flops and their heel hangs over the edge of them because it's slightly the wrong size, it really annoys me. Like,
I
just
thought you were
get
going to say you
bigger
don't like the sound of
flip-flops.
flip-flops.
I don't. But it annoys me more when their heel sticks over the edge of their flip-flop.
Doesn't annoy me. That's fine. Also, are you a slippers wearer or not a slippers wearer?
Oh, slippers. I've got them on now. Love slippers.
I'm not a slippers
You
wearer.
don't like slippers.
I just don't understand why I'm taking off shoes to put shoes on.
Because to keep your feet warm.
So
and
does socks.
comfy. Yeah, but
Such as socks and heating.
downstairs isn't carpeted in my house, so...
Well, we've got wooden floors, but I'm still warm.
Well, maybe just...
So socks for days.
Yeah, fluffy socks. They're also good.
Just regular socks. Regular green socks.
You've 4 feet. You don't treat them, do you?
They're all right. They're living. We're out here.
Okay.
What's another one?
Next one. When people take 20 napkins, use one, then throw them all away.
I dislike it when I go to like McDonald's and they put 4 in there because I only need 1.
Oh,
Am I then meant
yeah,
to
in
take
your
the
bag.
3 home?
Yeah. It's just
I'm not going to take 3 home with me.
more to put into my McDonald's paper bag and then have to try and fit in the rubbish bin. You know what I mean?
So
Very annoying.
it's not annoying when people take 12. It's annoying when people give me 12.
But also annoying when someone takes 12 and then they just leave it there and you have to pick it up and put it in the bin because...
If you have to do the cleaning, that's inconvenient.
Very annoying. Yeah.
I don't know if that's a pet peeve I've got.
Oh, well, that's good then. Hopefully it won't destroy you for the rest of your life.
I'm
Okay,
living the
next
dream.
one.
Yeah.
When someone's hair is hanging in front of their eyes. Like Claudia
Well-
Winkleman. Very annoying. Fringe.
Do they have to go... Oh.
Yeah, like a little Justin Bieber swish.
If they have to flick it out of their face all the time, get shorter hair.
A nervous little twitch. Doing that
Get
all
out,
the
yeah,
time.
get out off your head. But shave it off.
Just
around the
shave
edges.
it.
Just-
Like you.
But
You can teach
I don't know
them.
if it's a fashion choice, fine. But if you're going to sit there and go, yeah, Tom, it's been a real tough week for me,
Yeah,
just having to
annoying.
blow it out of your face all the time. Figure it out.
Very annoying. So this one is also very annoying. When people keep their tabs open on their phone even when they're not using their apps. Do you ever go on someone's phone? Like,
No.
I knew you were going to say that. Like, your parents, they ask you to look for something. They go, oh, my phone's so slow. Or I've got no memory. And then you, like, double tap on the home button. And you've got, no, you're not one of them. Oh, you are horrible. That is horrible. No.
Why? Why is it horrid?
Just annoying. Just get rid of your tabs. You don't
why
need
is it
them
annoying?
open. It's like when you're working on a laptop and you've got like 20 tabs up. And that's okay if you're doing like a research project and need them up. But when you're done, exit them, okay? Or save them as bookmarks. It's just something. File them away. It's just cluttered.
So what's your issue? Is it on the home screen, or is it on their web browser on their phone?
Both. Both are annoying. Same thing really, isn't it?
One's that you've closed an app and now you're not using it, and it may or may not be running in the background, but that's fine.
That's annoying.
The other one is you're on someone's webpage and they go, can you search for this? And you go, oh God, you've got so many pages open. I understand the inconvenience with that, but I have no issue with having 17 apps running at the same time.
It just annoys me. Just like clear it. Just clear it.
No,
Let it go. Annoying.
no, because I might
whatever.
want to use one of these pages.
Just re-look it up then.
One of them's always like a calculator.
What are you doing? That's
I don't-
nice.
I don't do much, but
2 plus 2
I have
is...
I have all of my files open.
Very
fair.
annoying. Alright.
Is it though?
Okay, I've got 3 more, Tom.
Okay, I'm ready for these next 3.
People who go to the beach but don't get into the sea.
Oh, that's not a pet peeve.
I have to say that I am one of the people that goes to the beach but doesn't go into the sea because I
Sometimes you
really
just
like
wanna
going to the
tan.
sea. Yeah,
Sometimes
exactly.
you don't want to go into the sea.
Yeah,
Cut your
I'm
feet
the
on some
same.
glass that's there for some reason.
Yeah, I'm the same. I disagree with that one. Okay,
Stupid.
this one is when you see toilet paper anywhere else other than the toilet paper holder, even a single ply on the floor anywhere, makes me mad.
No. No.
I don't get like ridiculously annoyed at it, but it is a little bit like pick it up, just pick it up. If you drop a bit of toilet roll, pick it up. Why are you leaving it there? Flush it down the toilet.
No issue.
No
Nothing issue.
emotion. You're fine.
No issue. It's fine.
Okay,
People wanna
last
do what they
one.
want to do.
People who leave like 2 seconds on the microwave and don't clear it out the
Oh my
countdown
God.
when they're done.
So then I have to clear it.
Yeah.
Frustrating.
Or you just wanted to put something on for 30 seconds and it's now 32 seconds. And it's like, I don't want 32 seconds. I wanted
I hate
30 seconds.
I hate it.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
the
a
last
pet
one I'm
peeve.
going to leave you on.
That is a huge pet peeve. Just stop it. Why can't it run for the extra 2 seconds? Is your food going to burn in 2 extra seconds?
Wrong'uns.
Saying that, I once bought a Mary Berry brownie thing for the microwave, and it comes with a little white chocolate sauce pot,
No.
which goes in for 30 seconds, right? Not 3 minutes.
Oh no.
I left it in for 3 minutes, and I almost burnt down the microwave because it set fire.
Oh my god. Wow. There you go. Skills.
Let me tell you, that ruins Valentine's Day. Just a heads up. If you've said we've got brownies with white chocolate and then you provide no white chocolate because it's all burnt and stuck to the microwave, people aren't impressed.
Pet peeve when your boyfriend
So
burns
I've
down
heard.
the microwave with white chocolate because he doesn't know how to cook.
Pet peeve when the boyfriend burns down the house. That's just, I hate when he does it. Figure it out, Tom.
Excellent. Well, I think we've established a lot of pet peeves that I hadn't really thought of before. And now I know that I am just a very irritated person.
Same. I knew that going in. I knew I was an irritated person.
I didn't.
But
I didn't think I had that many irritations in my life. And now I've just been reminded of all of them, plus some. And now I feel like I need to burn off the irritations somehow.
now I need to burn some white chocolate in a microwave. Just so frustrated.
Good.
But before we go with this episode, we've got a special little thing to do, don't we, Anya?
Yes. So we are doing a giveaway of sweets with our favourite, the Green Candy Co. They are a vegan sweet company and they do the best pick and meats.
That's good stuff. Pick your meats.
Pick and meats. They don't do meat.
You pick some meats and vegan.
They do the best pick and mix sweets that are vegan that I've ever tasted. Me and Tom go on about them all the time. They are absolutely wonderful. And we are giving away 2 of their biggest bags of their pick and mix vegan sweets. And all you have to do to enter this competition is head over to our Instagram at WeAreAudiobox and follow the details on our most recent Instagram post.
Yes. And these sweets are perfect for Veganuary
Yeah.
if you're participating. And it's also good if you're just trying to cut down on your meats and your fats for 2021.
Exactly. And the best part about it is we're giving away 2. So if you and a friend are doing Veganuary together, you could have one and then you can send your friend one. Or, even better, keep them
2
both
for
to yourself.
See, I
Very
need
smart.
some more, so I might enter this one. I haven't got my pack for 2021 yet,
Yeah.
so I
me
may
too.
enter. So head over to our Instagram page, We Are Audiobox. Give us a follow, read the instructions to how you can enter, and good luck with winning.
Yeah, and we will
Bye,
let
everyone.
you know. Oh, sorry. We'll let you know the
Go on.
winner on next week's episode.
We will do. So keep an eye out. Keep anything out for that sounds weird. Keep anything out for the next episode, the last episode of the season. May I
Yeah,
remind everyone.
It
It's the
is.
last episode of season 5, but season 6 will come very soon. Want to say thank you very much for listening, Tune Squatters. You've been real. It's been fun.
Thanks, kids.
Good luck with 2021. We've now entered it. So hopefully it's all going well so far. And you have... Don't cut your hair. Wait for the places to reopen. But thank you very much for listening. We'll be back next week with another great episode. Stay safe. See you next week.
Bye, kids.
Bye-bye.